Welcome to Home from Home. I'm Bryn Watkins, your guide as we explore the regions of Hajdú Bihar in Hungary and Bihor in Romania. I'm in Létavértes at the moment, at the site of what was Hungary's only river abattoir. They would kill the pigs and let the guts and blood fall straight into the water. Which is very appropriate because it's December now, it's freezing. And this is the season in which Hungarians and Romanians will traditionally kill their pig in order to have food for the winter. We've been invited to Hegyközszentmiklós in Romania by a family so we can visit them on the day of their pig slaughtering. But before we do that, let's have a look at what else you can do in the area.
Érmellék nevét a rajta áthaladó Érpatakról kapta. A múlt század közepéig ez egy lápos, mocsaras vidék volt, ahol az emberek főleg halászatból éltek. Mára a lecsappolásokat követően a mezőgazdaság vált a fő ágazattá. A tél beköszöntével a ház körüli munkák kerültek előtérbe. Minden falusi porta elmaradhatatlan épülete az istálló, valamint a disznó és a tyúkhol. Leleményes találmány a disznóorra épített góré, aminek a felső szintje a csöves kukorica tárolására szolgáló lécezett építmény. Az alulhízlalt disznók etetése így könnyen megoldható, a száraz kukoricaszem lehull a padló résein át. A disznótor ezen a vidéken nagyon régi tradíció. A karácsony előtti, illetve a januári napokban a parasztháztartások egyik legnagyobb eseménye volt. A disznó hízlalását úgy időzítették, hogy a feldolgozott hús biztosíthassa az egész család téli táplálékát.
I'm in Székelyhíd now, exploring the ruins of an old castle. It was built by the Zsolyomi family in the 15th century, commanding a view over the surrounding region. But it was later destroyed by the Habsburgs as part of their program to get rid of feudalism in the region. It's a very atmospheric place, especially covered in snow. But the site didn't remain empty. The Stubenbergs built a palace in the same location using the materials from the former castle. Since then, it's been a nunnery for Franciscan nuns and a school, but recently it's fallen empty and it's beginning to fall into disrepair, but there's currently plans to turn the site into an orphanage. We're in Bors now, and we've come to the studio of a local carpenter, Antal Lajos, and he's going to show us his latest project, which is producing scale models like these from the crazy mechanical drawings of Leonardo da Vinci. And I'm surrounded by them, and we're going to go have a look at exactly how they work. So you have to imagine that what my hand's doing is actually the water falling on the wheel here. So this one here is based on a design for a printing press that Da Vinci made. And the idea is that when you push this that way, it pulls whatever you've got into it and pushes it down. And then as you reopen it, this weight here will pull it back out, ready for removing. And yeah, it's quite a simple device, but it's very beautifully made.
Igen, ennek a lényeg az volt, hogy egy mozdulatból, tehát hogy egyik kezű tette rá a lapocskát, másikkal mozgatta a szerkezetet, hogy ne kellessen külön, leteszed megint. Tehát ilyen, hát ez is egy ilyen automatikus, vagy egy ilyen hogy is mondják, hogy könnyebben mozogjon. Automata.
It's very interesting to see these kind of designs for things like printing and mechanics that kind of it was a long time ago, hundreds of years now, but it really kind of created it was the beginning of our modern world as we know it today. Things like the printing press and machines for lifting heavy weights, and it's very cool to see them now. És miért azt csináltak? Honnan jött az ötlet?
Hogy miért Da Vinci-vel foglalkozunk?
Igen, az egész Da Vinci terv az honnan jött?
Hát ez egy olasz professzor jött az ötletekkel, hogy képekkel, rajzokkal, hogy tudunk-e csinálni ilyen szerkezetet. Tehát úgy kezdődött az egész dolog. Akkor kapcsolódtam én be ebbe a Da Vinci dolgokba. Tehát azelőtt mindenféle asztalos munkával foglalkoztunk. Csak jött evel, és azóta, hogy beleszerettünk ebbe a Da Vinci-be.
Ja. Nagyon örülök, hogy a terv volt.
Hát hozta a képeket, a rajzokat, és akkor utána már mi tervezgettük, hogy mi méretben. Ja. Csak már ez már ilyen, ez már a soknak az eredménye, mert az elsők azok azt nem sikerültek ilyen. Elrontottuk, mert sok a számítás, fogaskerek, átételek, méretbe, hogy arányos legyen. De az elsők azok nem mentek ilyen automatikusan, mint ahogy most már ezek működnek.
So, Da Vinci didn't just design nice machines for carrying water and cutting up wood. He was also quite fond of making weapons, or at least designing them. And this is a scale model of one of his designs for a catapult. So what you do is you wind up this mechanism, and as you do it, it moves the arm of the catapult backwards while also building up a lot of tension in these struts here, which are made of flexible wood. And once you've completely wound it up, you take out this pin, drop the ratchet here, and the whole system will spin backwards and throw whatever vat of boiling oil that you've prepared onto your enemies, and they'll all die. Or that's the plan, so we shall see. My enemies are over there. That's amazing, that's so cool. Obviously war is bad and death is sad, but my enemies, stupid enemies, that's amazing. The whole thing is sitting, it's floating on this platform so that it can rotate on the wheels at the bottom. It's almost exactly how a bike works today. Lajos and his colleagues have already made scale models in various sizes of 45 of Leonardo da Vinci's drawings, but there's another 40 which could be turned into models as well, which they're planning to implement at some point. They're used in exhibitions all over the world, especially in Italy and China at the moment, but there's plans to expand it into other countries, which I think is a good thing because they are absolutely fascinating. It's a great chance to kind of get a practical look at the mind of one of the great figures of the Renaissance, Leonardo da Vinci. And they're also really, really fun. It's like a boy's dream here. So köszönöm nagyon szépen. Thank you very much. Nagyon érdekes volt. And yeah, I wish you all the best for the future. They're beautiful. Nagyon szép, nagyon szép. But yeah, I think I'm going to carry on hammering now. Right, so it's time for the most important part of the show now. We're here in Szent Imre, a small village in the area, and we've come here for a real disznóvágás. It's very early in the morning and it's very cold, so we're going to start the day with some palinka. But first of all, let me introduce everyone because it's a real party here. Interesting enough, there's an English friend of mine here. He's come along for the ride as well. This is Fergus. This is the family, the Debreceni family, including our boss for the day, Debreceni Sándor. And these men here will be the fogok, the people who are going to be catching and killing the pig in a moment. So we have 5 of those, 1 for each leg and 1 to deliver the fatal blow. The day begins with palinka because these are Hungarians and they love palinka and every festival has to begin with that. So, egészségetekre, mindenkinek. But of course, there's one character that we haven't met yet who we should definitely go find now. The pig. So this is Virag. She is the pig. And I don't think she quite knows what her role in today's drama is going to be. She is a mangaliţa pig, a lot like the ones that we saw in the Hortvad, well known for their very tasty meat. So anyway, she's quite friendly and nice, quite ashamed, but I guess it's time to get started. Miután levágták a disznót, szalmával borítják be és meggyújtják. Így biztos, hogy az állat már nem él, és egyben az állat szőrének nagy részét is eltávolítják. Fergus, how are you finding it here?
I think the palinka was important.
It definitely helps.
It's
strong stuff.
It's slightly warmer standing next to the charred remains of this former animal. It feels a little a twinge of guilt here, sort of standing next to the burning carcass of something.
I have to say that actually, it was less horrific than I thought it would be.
How horrific did you think it would be?
I was really nervous actually about coming here. I thought I was going to faint or collapse or be sick. But actually it was kind of,
Well, that's what this is for, of course.
the palinka,
Steady your nerves and all. Yes.
But no, it was very interesting.
I think the most disturbing thing is this pool of blood that's running down in front of us here.
The blood is quite disturbing.
Gently congealing.
That's true. But you know, on the whole, I'm quite looking forward actually to seeing what they do for the rest of the day, chopping it up, doing a bit of butchery.
What we do as well.
What we do, yes, because actually later on in the show we're going to be trying to make some English sausages, if we have a chance, that's the plan. Because I think they're very nice and I miss them a lot. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. A feldolgozás szüneteiben lehetőségünk nyílt arra, hogy egy kicsit körülnézünk a portán. It's quite picturesque, isn't it?
A little, yeah.
Countryside. I wouldn't want to live here, but it is quite nice.
And they've got a well. Oh, that's quite cool.
Have they?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, yeah. Egy vizes sós dörzsölés segít eltávolítani a kormos és égett szőrt. So we've come inside to get out of the cold for a while because it's absolutely freezing out there. But it doesn't mean that the work is over because for the rest of the day the kitchen is being turned into a factory. Of course we're still waiting for the meat of the pig, but preparation is beginning here. On the right it's going to form the base of the hurka. Hurka is normally actually a blood sausage, but in this family they're going to be preparing it from a mixture of lung and liver. which will be stuffed into some intestine, like normal sausage, which we'll be making in a while, but the rice will be the base for the grain to keep it soft. Over here, they're preparing fascia, kind of meatballs, from meat from another pig that's already been killed. And that'll be breakfast for the men who are working outside soon. Here we have Jolika, who is the chief housewife here, and will be our host for the day. But best of all, the best way to warm up when you come inside is with some mulled wine, which is here. It's made from the family's own wine, which is prepared from grapes that they grow on some of their land just out the back. It's a mixture of red and white grapes they use to make the wine, which is quite sweet. And it's cooked up just with some sugar and cinnamon, you know, like mulled wine always is. It's very sweet, very delicious, and the perfect way to warm up on what is a completely freezing day. Oh, it's so nice. So nice. What we're going to do now is make some hurka, which is a kind of sausage made of the offal, so the, you know, the liver, the heart, the lungs, the kidney of the pig, which have been boiling up now for about an hour to make sure they're all cooked. It's very similar to a Scottish dish called haggis, actually, if anyone knows that. Yeah, but first of all, I'm just going to try some of the pork liver, because I really like liver. I've never tried pork liver before, apart from in pate, obviously, skertésh micrém, but apparently it's quite nice. But I'm not quite sure how to cut it. Ja. Ja, az nagyon nagy. Jó. With a little bit of salt, apparently it's very, very tasty. There's quite a lot of salt. Wow, for you. Tastes a bit like calf's liver, just not as nice. I don't think I'm going to eat the rest of it. So it's 12:45 now. So it's only just gone midday, and I've already done more in one day than I thought would ever be possible. Drunk more palanca than I do on most evenings, and watched a pig be killed. The space where the pig was killed has been completely cleared up, and the entire carcass has been, well, dismembered. So what we have here, waiting outside, is we've got one side of the pig, much as the ones that you see hanging in the butchers. Here we've got the legs, each have been cut off. They're going to be chopped up into smaller pieces, turned into hams. The head will be used to make something called dinspre, which is, well, I guess the English equivalent is head cheese, actually, where bits of the head will be used to mix up with the stomach and kind of baked into a meatloaf type thing. In here is the meat being prepared. What we've got here is the kind of outside of the flank, which is being separated out into bacon, and then the layers of the skin and the fat, which will be turned into temperature, crackling, and the fat is rendered down to make lard. Very important for your gyros Kenya. And then over here we've got the kind of insides, where the ribs are, and the fillets and things, and that's where you get your real kind of meat, your pork rib, your pork fillet. There's just some of the skin there in a bowl. So yeah, it's all in full swing fairly soon. Some of it might be edible, who knows, who knows.
Az csap le akkor. Itt? Ott csap le, ne törődj vele.
A hús nagy részét ledarálják a kolbászhoz. Az első, amit készítünk, az egy klasszikus magyar kolbász. A húst sóval, borssal, fokhagymával és paprikával fűszerezik, mielőtt beletöltik a belbe. Ezt a kolbászt később meg lehet füstölni, és szárazon akár hónapokig is eláll. Az íze pedig mennyei. We're back at the grinding machine again now, but this time we're going to be making the hurka, which is the kind of offal sausage, a little bit like Scottish haggis. As I said before, the meat has all been boiled up, and now it's here at the table. Here's the liver, which is what I tried earlier, and there's all sorts here. That's a heart, those are the kidneys, This is the tongue, which is surprisingly enormous. Every time I see an animal's tongue, I'm shocked by its hugeness. This was the pancreas, and there's just other bits here that I'm not quite sure what they are, but never mind, I'm sure it'll be delicious. Basically, it all gets chopped up, put through the grinding machine, and then mixed up with this, which is huge quantities of rice, which then gives the whole thing quite a light texture as it's put into the intestines, and then, yeah, it's going to be great, but we should get grinding. Ready?
Yes.
Your pancreas. I have no idea what this stuff is, but slightly, I think, I don't know, is that like stomach
Can't
or?
put that all in at once.
No, I can't.
Is that legitimate?
I think, oh, apparently it has to go in.
Well, everything goes. Everything counts.
I think I'm going to have to be quite brave to actually eat the stuff that we're producing. It's the fat from around the intestines.
Oh, that's pretty cool. In a kind of morbid way. Oh, I'm just counting down the organs here.
What is that? Is that a voice box? As I was hoping, I'm going to have the chance now to make some English sausages. I've never done this before in my life, but we thought it would be a nice idea to repay our host generosity by offering them something from our own country. Well, he is Scottish, but you know, English sausages will do. What we're going to attempt to make is a Gloucester sausage, which it's very, very different from a Hungarian sausage because as well as just the meat, this is just pork. There's no veal mixed into it. It's quite kind of fatty pork meat to keep it nice and soft. We have a mixture of herbs to add, but the most important difference is this. Breadcrumbs will be added to give it a kind of soft, light texture that's very different from the texture of Hungarian sausage, which is just kind of meat. So I'm going to start by adding that. The breadcrumb needs to add up to being about 10% of the volume of the meat, apparently. Remember, I've never done this before. And to make sure the breadcrumbs swell up and stay nice and soft, you need to add around about the same amount of water. So the whole thing's going to be quite soft. This recipe produces raw sausages that are fried before eating. They're not smoked, they're not dried. You just kind of cook them straight away and eat them as they are. Right, but now the most important thing is to add the spice mixes, which means we need a lot of salt, of course, black pepper, finely ground, white pepper, which is quite popular in traditional British cooking. It's kind of fallen out of favour at the moment, but traditional things like this have quite a lot of white pepper in them as well. A little bit of thyme, a little bit of marjoram. So, you know, it's lots of green herbs in this. No paprika, lots of green herbs. Sage, joya. We want quite a lot of that, really, because it's the thing that... Sage is basically what makes sausage taste of sausage, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
we know completely what we're doing. It's going to be so great. So
Can't
tasty.
wait for the next step, yeah.
Right,
And
so
something to stir with.
I reckon this is... Round about ready? That smells kind of like sausages, doesn't it?
Yes.
So I'm just going to add all of this, like so, and then mix it with my hands to form a kind of thick meat sort of mixture.
All over your hands.
All over my hands. I reckon that's just about done now. It's kind of mixed down with the breadcrumbs completely mixed through the meat to a kind of quite light, soft sausage meat. And you can see the herbs are kind of scattered through it, bits of green everywhere. It's the mark of a good English sausage. And yeah, I think it's time to stuff it into some sausage cases.
Just give this a nice squeeze. Lovely. Feels like a bit of a cannonball. This is very exciting.
Now we're loading the sausage making machine, which is this quite scary looking contraption. We're in slightly out of our depth because neither of us have ever done this before, and I've not really got any idea
Out of
what
our
we're
depth.
doing.
Come on, Bryn. We witnessed the murder of a pig earlier. I think we're okay. And I am covered in stuff now. This is great.
So I think that's going to work now, hopefully.
We'll find out.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. This is, of course, the intestine of the pig that was washed out earlier today. So that's traditional, because often it's made with synthetic stuff now, but this is genuine sausage made with genuine intestine. Right, should we go?
Yeah. Give
Right.
me a shout when you want me to stop.
Okay. So I... Ooh. Keep going. Ooh, bubble, oh. So I keep... Oh yeah, slowly. Oh, it looks like a sausage. And that's
hit
what.
it a
Stop.
couple of
Right, and I
Give
think
it a whack with a knife. Give it a that.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh,
So
there is pressure. Okay, fine.
And so I just push it back, and then
That's pretty well formed.
twist that. That looks like a sausage. That looks like a
Hey.
sausage.
Almost professional. Let's keep it up.
That's quite exciting. And so the idea is that then you just keep twisting it every now and again, and it makes a string of sausages. Well, that's 2 sausages. So we've begun.
Yes.
They're good. They look like sausages, don't they?
The jury's out as to whether they taste good or not.
Yeah.
They look edible.
2 sausages. I'm very proud of myself right now. I'm very right. So I need to load up some new intestine.
Yeah, get all the juice out of it. Give it a quick run through your fingers. Now, we were told earlier that this is an art traditionally done by the women here, who are the ones who know how to do this best. I think we're doing okay.
Oh, no we're not. Oh dear.
I think you'll know if you make a huge hole.
Yeah. And the stuff is apparently very strong. Go. So we're kind of getting there. It's incredibly slow.
Well, you know, once you practice the art, I think.
Yeah. You know, it's worth taking your time for a quality product. Right, go. Bit quicker. La, 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 la. Quicker. La, la, la. Stop. That's our English sausages done. I think we've made about 20 of them, and I don't know what they taste like yet, but I'm very pleased with them. Thank you very much, Fergus.
Thank you for having me. It's been great.
For accompanying me on my journey today. Yeah, I think they're going to be good. I just really hope my hosts like them, because they're my thank you to my hosts today, who've given me a really interesting experience. I was really quite nervous about coming, I have to say, today. I thought it was going to be awful, but it was a mixture of awful and very, very interesting. And I've really enjoyed myself. And I hope you found it interesting too, to see how I've reacted during the day. And I hope you'll join us again next time on Home from Home. Bye.